Hello everybody, welcome back. Today's goal is to take some material I have, some scrap lumber, and over here we've got some connecting rods and some gauges. And we're going to take all this and see if we can't turn this into some cool looking trophies for our up and coming car show. So stick around and we'll see how this goes. Hopefully everything will turn out good. We'll see you in the end. So I'm kind of designing these on the fly. Kind of had some ideas in my head and I'm just starting to cut some of the wood and piece it together. So let me show you what I got so far. The first two trophies I'm going to make are both best of show. One is from our car club and the other one is from the facility that's letting us use the grounds for the car show. Let me show you the first one. So like I say, this is just roughed in right now. I'm going to put a curved top on this one going across like that. Put a decorative edge with the router around all of the corners here. And that bottom gauge is actually going to go in a piece of wood that's going to be curved at the top with a 3-inch hole cut in it. But I just wanted to set that up like that just to get an idea of what it looks like right now. And this one I'm pretty happy so far. We'll see once I get that speedometer into a curved piece of wood and get the edges all routed out and everything. We'll see how it looks after that. But right now I'm pretty happy with this, and we'll see what the final outcome looks like. Let me show you the other one. So with this one for the uprights, I used the connecting rods here. And I got a couple of gauges I'm going to mount in there. That's going to come up, and this is going to be the shape of this piece of wood. And I got to cut the hole for that, but we'll have a speedometer or a tack on the center of that. So hopefully you can get a rough idea of what that will look like. And all the edges are going to be profiled with the router bit. So all the corners here will be profiled all the way around. And hopefully that one will look pretty cool when it's done too. So here's one more shot side by side, just kind of rough preliminary. Again, there's going to be a speedometer going in right here, and either a tack or a speedometer right in there. And all the edges will be profiled again. As you can see, this is going to be curved just like that. And I'm going to put a soft curve across the top of this just to dress it up a little bit. But I think it'll look pretty good. So I'm making pretty good progress on the trophies, but you have to forgive me. I've been forgetting to do much filming. I just get in that mindset of working and I forget to break out the camera. But let me show you where we're at right now. So here I've got a piece of wood cut. Basically I used a biscuit joiner to cut a slot in there for the challenge coin. Our club has given away challenge coins this year along with the trophies. I rounded off the edges with a router and then just have the connecting rod bolted down. And so far I've got 8 of these completed. And this one in front will give you an idea of what it's going to look like once we get the gauges mounted in there properly and with the challenge coin on there. And they're all pretty much the same. You know, some of the boards are a little bit wider than others. Length may vary by a little bit, but pretty much these 8 are all the same. And these are going to be like the top 12 through 20 cars will get these. All right, I don't know if you can hear the neighbors, but they sound like they're having a good time over there. So, you know, God bless them, right? Anyway, so I'm going to try to do a little bit more filming on the best of show trophies. We'll get those going here next, and I'll try to stay on top of filming those. And here's where we're at with these two. These are going to be best of show trophies. Again, just round over the edges on all of my boards. Gauge is going to go in there, speedometer, 3 gauges up top. Got the challenge coin right there. And these uprights I borrowed from an old trophy. So I snagged those off old trophy, and we'll make all the patterns match once we put it together. This one over here is going to have 2 gauges in the connecting rods again. Place for the challenge coin to go. Again, just rounded off the corners, kind of keeping it simple. And we'll have a tach or speedometer in the top there. The next thing I have to do with these is figure out how to attach everything. I did buy some threaded rod to go through here, and probably going to attach the upright there with some dowels, a couple of dowels up there also, and on this one. But we'll do that next, and once I get these physically attached, we'll shoot a short video, and then we got to pull everything apart for finishing. So as you can see, these two are fully assembled. I've got to pull them apart now to do the finishing process. And doing that, I just want to show you how I hooked everything together. And I already partially did it, but underneath here, I have 2 wood screws. See if I can get you under there. So I have 2 wood screws going in and holding this top piece on. So then that just comes off. A couple of holes drilled right there. On the connecting rods, I have 2 screws that come in through the bottom here, go through the top of the connecting rod, through this board, and then I have recessed a couple of holes for the nuts, and when this piece goes on top, it will cover those holes, and you will not be able to see it. For the bottom half, I have 2-inch screws going through the rods, through both pieces of wood, and coming through the bottom here. And again, I recessed the holes so that they'll be below the wood level here. And for this one, I have threaded rod going all the way from just underneath here through both bottom boards and coming in from the bottom. In the rear here, you can see I've got a couple of acorn nuts on top. And on the bottom, a couple of nuts that are recessed under the wood. Holding this top piece, I have 2 wood screws going in through the bottom here, into that to hold it in place. And for this piece, I have 2 wood screws coming through just this board and going into the bottom of that to hold that in place. Here are the 2 screws going into the bottom of that gauge holder, and the threaded rod coming all the way through. And let's see if we can do this one-handed. And then on that piece for holding the speedometer, you can see I have the 2 screws coming in from the bottom there. Pretty straightforward, not too difficult to do once you figure out how you want to assemble everything. Finally, these other trophies were really straightforward to make. I just drilled a couple of holes through the top of the connecting rod, one through the bottom here, put a bolt and nut, recessed both of them. I don't have the nuts on here just yet, but recessed both of them, and that'll be it. Those will be real easy to button up and put back together. So I'll get those taken apart and I'll get everything finished, reassembled, and I'll bring you back for a finishing shot. So we're finally finished with this project. The last few days I've been putting finish on the trophies, and just got done assembling them this morning. So let's take a look at them and I'll show you what they look like. First, we have 8 of the trophies that will be going to the top 2 through 20 cars. Another member is making dozen trophies for those. And got the gauges installed with the challenge coins sitting on there. And the challenge coins are removable, so if someone wants to just display the challenge coins, they'll be able to do that. I had white and red face gauges. And now we'll take a look at the Best of Show and the Sportsman's Club choice for best car. So as you can see, these turned out pretty good. I'm pretty happy with how they look. It's amazing what you can do with just some scraps and leftover car parts. I see that speedometer's off, or that gauge is off just a little bit. I'll have to straighten that out. All right, we got that straight. My OCD would not allow that to remain that way. That would drive me nuts. So I hope that gives you car club guys some ideas. With just a few scraps, you can make some pretty cool trophies for probably the same amount of money of buying the cheaper plastic ones. Yes, it did take quite a bit of work and time, but I'm pretty proud with how these two look, especially pretty happy with all of them, especially the two Best of Show trophies. And hopefully the recipients will appreciate the effort that went into them and will appreciate the trophies themselves. So thanks for watching along. I hope you enjoyed that quick video. You all take care, stay safe, and have a great day. We'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.